So, how are you doing? How are things going?
Well, we're managing. I mean, this is Ghana. You just have to.
We are all managers.
A black man capable of managing his own affairs.
That's a good one. Yeah. So thank you so much for coming, for making this possible, and granting us this privilege of getting to know you and know you well from a deep dive perspective. What most people don't really know of, they see you to be a friendly person, a nice lady, but what's the story behind all the beautiful smiles? What's keeping you going? Who is Sena?
Well, I don't think a lot of people see me as a friendly person, but for those who do, I'm grateful. And thank you also for considering me eligible for your platform.
Aww.
So I'm Sena Blankson. I am young, and
Young and beautiful.
Say that again.
Young and beautiful.
Yes, very important. And I work with a construction firm. I run a small business, and then I am in the Ghana School of Law at the same time. I am my personal motivation. The reason why I say that is if someone else's story has to be the reason why you will drive yourself to achieve higher heights, then you don't have a story. The only person that understands your situation is yourself. You could be twins and you could be from the same home, but something could be happening to the other twin that the next twin doesn't understand. So the only person that understands the story best is you. Your father won't. Your role model won't. Your mother won't. You are the only person. When you say your stomach is hurting, you can only describe it to the best of your ability to the doctor. The doctor is the one that will determine what he considers extreme pain, and it will differ from what you are experiencing. So the only person that understands the need for you to actually achieve what you want to achieve is yourself. Yeah. And we can't then be expecting someone else who doesn't get the clear picture or the full picture to be motivating us to achieve more. And this doesn't in any way make you selfish. It only means that, look, the next person will only say sorry when you have failed. But they will go on with their lives, and then you are left in the ditch. Mm-hmm. So, yes, I'm a Christian. I'm a strong believer. I am a church girl, proper. I am not just church girl by mouth, but I believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I believe in his death, his burial, and his resurrection. I live by the Holy Spirit. I sing.
I was waiting for that because I had law, I had working on the side, I had everything, but I didn't hear the singing part. Okay, good one.
Yeah, so I serve with Asiedu and Crafted Nation. It's a great family. My spiritual life gets better by the day just by being part of them. I used to be with Pastor Denzel and Heartbeat Music. It was a great experience, a great platform. I'm the firstborn. I have two siblings, Junior, who's in KNUST, and then a sister who just finished JHS, Sarah. Yeah, so that's the summary I can give until you ask your questions.
Okay, all right. That's a good one. That's a good start. Good to know you. My first question, just trying to get to understand your personality. Why law? Lots of women out there are wondering, can I even make it? Is there even is there even a career path? Are there opportunities in there for me? Why law? It's probably too much for me. My head can't carry all that knowledge, all those books. Why did you go into it?
Well, the best lawyers are ladies. First of all.
I think this
Well,
this
it
might
is
spark
very
some
debatable.
arguments out there.
Yes, it's a very, very debatable argument, but
Yeah.
I think that women are very tactful, women are very careful. The most honest lawyers are women.
Punches.
So I started education initially. I wanted to be a gynecologist.
Okay.
Because most gynecologists at the time were men. And as young as I was, I felt like, why would a man be the one touch a woman? What is that? I want to be so that when the woman can be comfortable, because men don't really understand.
Yeah.
Girl. Yeah, bray. But the science, too far, baby. So I had to do general art.
Okay.
And then I have been a member of the Ghana Girl Guides Association. And one of the things that the Ghana Girl Guides Association has done for me is it has empowered a lot of young women to discover their potentials, to take the lead, to grow, to speak out, and to become very valuable citizens of society. So every girl guide in all the 150 countries, 10 million girls guide, you know that you can do beyond the square that you find yourself in. You can do beyond just the classroom. And this is implemented through formal and informal learning. So we have an 8-point program that we run by. And when we go for some of these gatherings, it's not really classroom curriculum. You find girls being taught how to make beads. You find girls being taught how to make craft. And some of my mates have transferred these into businesses that are flourishing.
Wow.
So what it is for me is that I in my space of being a girl guide, I got the opportunity to experience some of the challenges that women go through, having to speak for the rights of other girls, ensuring that there's equality, there's equal rights. And we're not saying equality in the sense that treat the woman better.
Yeah.
We're saying that whatever treatment you're giving to the man, if it is beneficial, then the woman is worth it as well.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't believe that the man is equal to the woman. I believe that the woman is a stronger species. It is so wrong that the woman will want to equate herself to the man because, look, let's be candid. Just recently, a young girl from the University of Ghana was valedictorian with a GPA of 3.95.
Wow.
Now think about it. This is a girl. We have already been branded the weaker vessel. Okay. Now, let's just take a day in her life. She would wake up, brush her teeth. Most of the time, when the girls go to night market or bush canteen to go and buy food, they are looked at as lazy people. So she'll probably have to cook. She would have to make time and go and study and all of that. Now she has to deal with menstrual cramps and stuff like that. For those 4 days or 1 week that she's not in class, they are not saying that by virtue of your cramps, you have to get lower marks and it's justifiable. The marking scheme is the same.
Yeah.
So the things that women have to deal with, the changes in your body, the cramps, the mood swings just because your system is changing, the hormone, all those things cannot. As for the men, I don't even have to go there. A guy can just wake up, go and buy food, come and sit down, watch game. Everything, that's it. But yeah, so
now I feel this conversation would have been better if we had some male counterparts on board.
well, you'll win, but it's not even. We're not competing.
Yeah,
We're just
yeah.
flourishing in our streams, you know. And I've got the opportunity to see how handicapped some girls are, how in situations of domestic violence, the women feel like they don't have a voice. You know, imagine a man telling you that I paid for you, so you don't have a right to speak. Okay, and I am not in any way supporting insubordination in the home. The Bible says that the man is the head of the house. The Bible says that women submit to your husbands. Husbands, love your wives. So the first thing a woman is to do is to submit. And submission not as a slave, but in love. So we've had cases of domestic violence where the girl goes back to tell the mother, and the mother says, oh, Debbie, oh dear, or Carmen, Kebi, you know, like those days, it's not like today that men have become reasonable and really like understand. Those times, it was unfortunately like a slave situation. You know, bride price meant that that's it. Okay. Yeah. And then we had the situation of housewives, and housewives are people I respect so much because look, even in girl guiding, when I was handling the girls, man, it was so tiring. And then there's a woman who's dedicated her life to sweep, clean, take care of the kids, full-time job, and unpaid. All she gets is upkeep money. If you have to buy your dress, you have to ask your husband and all of that. So all of that just, you know, bottled up in me. And I said that for these women that don't have a voice, I am a woman that could understand. Okay, the men, they won't understand because it is a fellow man that has done the wrong, you know. So then I did general arts in SHS, government, geography, elective maths, and economics. And then I got the chance into the university. At the time, University of Ghana wasn't doing first degree law. So the moment I finished my first degree, I got the opportunity to go to Mount Crest University College. And then it was so real. I was like, this is really about to happen. So it's not, you know, if you're going to follow the volume of the books, the dedication you have to put to studying, you may never really be able to do it. Something has to be pushing you, because if I tell you my story as it is with the Ghana School of Law, I finished my law degree in 2017. I wrote the entrance exam. I passed. I was failed at interview. The following year, I didn't write because I was doing my MBA at the time. In 2019, I wrote. I didn't pass. 2020, I wrote. I didn't pass.
Wow.
Naturally. In fact, in 2020, I was going to take the money from my father for the form and not write. When it comes, I'll tell him I didn't pass because I was tired. It's so traumatizing when you committed to it and then you don't pass.
So, I can imagine.
Yeah. And so then I went to Bentiencho, Lecha, and Nkoma chambers. My boss had sent me on an errand there. And when I got there, it was such, I don't know. I mean, it was just, I was like, oh, wow. These are the big guys. These are the big lawyers. And I just had a reconstruction of mind. And then I just said, let me write again. And this time I committed to it. Like I was waking up at dawn because I had to go to work. I'll wake up, call 3 friends, we'll have a Zoom call for an hour or 2. I get ready, go to work, come back in the evening, like, and I was 1 mark short of the pass.
Oh.
In 2020.
Wow.
But funny enough, I wasn't perturbed. I registered again. And then this time I went for classes again. And 2021, God being so good, I passed. And even that one, when I passed, it felt so different because consistently I've been part of the people that have been failing. So there's a feeling you're used to.
Yeah.
And you will just feel like normal. But this time I was part of those who had passed, so this is really about to happen. Hey, but it's very exciting. So yes, and so if there's somebody who just wants to do it because they want a profession, the legal profession is one that they say there's no retirement age. Okay, you will give up. The system is not such that it will be a smooth sailing journey. If I tell you how the examination structure is in the Ghana School of Law, you need some other kind of zeal to be able to do it. Yes. So, yes, to be able to speak for the rights of other people. And then also, yes, it's the noble profession. And yes, I think that it's a place I should be in.
Wow. This is very interesting. I really love this. So at the end of the day, it's not just about dealing with the hassle of raising the money for the fees. You have to have something burning in you.
Look, the school fees there, but by the time you are writing the exam, you know how much it is. You have an idea, okay? But the getting into the school is one. Now, staying in the school, because for the first year, we do 6 courses. If you fail, if you fail 2 and above, if you fail more than 2 papers, you have to do the whole 1 year again.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So if you fail 2 out of the 6, you can actually resit. But if you fail 3, 4, you do everything all over again. That means paying fees all over again and all of that. So, and it's not a semester process. It's just a yearly thing. You write exams after the year. You're not doing short exams. So everything that you learn from October to about June, you'll be examined on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not tea party. I've not even written my first exam, but my seniors ahead of me have given me a detail. I've looked at the questions, and I mean, I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, it's not just play.
Yeah, and sometimes I mean, when you say fail the 2, you can actually do the resit, or you can go for remarking, and even that one, like, it's such a hassle. I mean, the Ghana School of Law or the Board of Legal Education gives a defense that they want to churn out exquisite lawyers. Okay, so they can't take chances. You can't be good in some law and not good in some law, because when you come out as a lawyer, you will not just specialize. You will be a general practitioner for a while before you realize that, good with environmental issues. I'm good when it comes to contracts. I'm good as a domestic violence lawyer. I'm good with family law. Yes. So it's not the best of situations for us, but we'll just have to subscribe to it and look at the positive that, I mean, it brings.
Wow. That's good info. But at the end of the day, it's doable. You'd say it's possible for other ladies to actually venture into it, because it will give them, if you're able to overlook the challenges, that actually builds you up and then makes you a better lawyer. It would give them the chance of being able to speak for others, as you are currently on track to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's possible. No 2 ways about it.
Okay, nice one.
Eventually, failure gives in, so it's possible.
Okay, so never give up is a message here. Keep going, keep working, keep making progress.
Indeed.
Okay, all right, nice one. So what keeps you going? You mentioned you are working for a construction company. You also mentioned that you have some side hustle. You also mentioned that you're into singing. Tell us about those areas and anything in between that you feel the world doesn't know or your friends don't know.
So as for employment, we already know what it is. 8 to 5. I mean, normal work. I work as a business development and research support. Yeah, normally there's not much to say about your daily job. Yes, it's an exciting place to be. It's a good place to be. My side hustle. So I sell shea butter. The name of the company is ShimmerBySena. So ShimmerBySena was birthed in a very, very hard time. It was just before COVID. Okay, so it started in 2020, January. So by I started doing just the raw shea butter. At the time, I wasn't working, and it was another year that I had not passed the exam, and it felt too risky to start working. And then, so I'd rather focus on my academics. But I was just there, and I felt like I could do more with myself than just sitting and waiting. And at that time, my father had a number of links in the north. So I told him that I needed some shea butter. So somebody was coming, and then they bought a bucket, one of the blue buckets, a small bucket for me. I went to get some jars. Then I started working on labels and all of that. And then I started. It was just raw shea butter. I had not added anything. And then some months down the line, then we started incorporating the scents. So there's purple and there's hint of mint. And it's quite some work when you're doing it alone. And I think I have a thing for beauty. I'm not saying to brag, but the feedback I've gotten from packaging of my product has been, amazing. Maybe the downside that has been said is that it's a glass jar. So the possibility of breakage. But I'm also saying that plastics have become expensive because we believe that, most of our issues when it comes to waste disposal are plastic issues. It is not easy for plastic to recycle, but glass is easily recyclable. So I've been doing that. I got a job somewhere in May 2020, so I had to keep doing it on the side. And it's not been easy. Sometimes I have to stay up all the way till about 1 a.m. to finish an order so that I don't have to do it in the morning. Sometimes, recently I got a 50-jar order for a wedding souvenirs, and just me, and I had work deadlines to meet up and stuff like that. So it's not been a tea party, but then you're comforted with nothing good comes easy. All the guys that we're seeing as the goons, the money goons today, I don't think they just had a big bang. Every journey begins with a step. And in the economy that we find ourselves, if you're going to be relying on just your salary, I think it's going to be quite tough. And even for me, I'll say that my salary, it's okay. But when I'm looking at, fees and, to be able to live, look, if you want to be a young lady and buy nice things without sugar daddy, you have to work.
So you have to.
And it's not salary that will buy you iPhone 13, So you have to die. Die for yourself small.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I do that with pride. I do that with a lot of commitment. It doesn't affect my work. I ensure that my side business doesn't come between my work and my school. Now, music. So I've always seen myself as a helper when it comes to ministry. So one of the things that I know I do well is organizing, as an organizer in terms of events, making sure that this is right. I'm able to pick out what is odd and all of that. So when it comes to Crafted Nation, Pastor CC, I serve as Pastor CC's PA, and then right now in the interim, I handle events. So, and then I sing in the team as well. And singing has been with me since my days in Jonte. In fact, even before Jonte. And I mean, somebody asked me, what is the biggest thing that I fear to lose? And I said, my voice. And it's not my voice just as singing, but my voice as in to be able to speak for myself. So in whatever context you look at it, singing is like a comforting thing for me. It is, it's my happy place. So if I lose my voice to sing and I lose my voice to speak, the world will come to an end for me, basically. So I'm not looking at using my voice as a solo act. I am committed to supporting the ministry to the best I can. I sing in church. I mean, I've held leadership positions in church choirs and all of that, yes. But to become, say, a Jometo, Sisi Bedu, and Niela, what's the name, Harmony Dare, Jackie Impari, to become that, it's not the highlight when it comes to my music. Yes, I believe that I have a very strong voice. I have a very loud voice, and it's usually nice and better when you have somebody with that kind of strength, supporting you in the background. And that's something I do with pride. Like, my team members know that, oh, if you're singing with me, you will enjoy it, because whatever range or whatever height you want to sing, I'm willing to do it for you. Like, it's very exciting. So yes, that's basically it for my music. I don't know what else is there to say, but that's all.
Okay, all right. This is really interesting. I'm really enjoying this. Thank you, Sena. Yeah, but then let's do some deep dives into your side hustle. At the end of the day, it's more of how to sustain your business, how to manage your resources to ensure that your income is above your expenditure, so you don't run into debt and you're able to actually prevent yourself from accruing debt. Yeah. So how are you managing your side hustle? How did you get your first customers?
So how I got my first customers. Social media is such a powerful tool in our age, and my first set of customers were people that were on my contact list.
Okay.
So in fact, I wasn't very confident in how it was going to go. So I just bought 20 jars in the beginning. And 20 jars got finished in 2 days.
Wow.
And
2 days, 20 customers.
Yes, not even, no. So somebody bought 3, somebody said they would buy 5, they want to give it out to friends. So I was like, right. Then I had to go back and go and buy more jars. When I got there, I finished. I said, I didn't know. So I honestly, I've not engaged in any large marketing venture. It's just been my status, Instagram, Facebook, recommendations, and the like. So that's been it. I think that if I committed my entire life to Shimmer would break boundaries, One of the challenges I'm having at the moment is, trying to get the FDA approval, because I think that Shimmer as a product to be exported it's such a good representation of Ghana and the North especially. I source my shea butter from the North, so it will be a good way to, send Ghana out there. This is a product that I don't know if you've seen it, but
I have. I've seen it. I think we all know the essential values, nutritional elements of shea butter. And as you were sharing your experience, you mentioned that it's just recently that you've only added some scents to it, or let me say fragrance to it, and you've been dealing in the raw natural product. So it's good. That means it's organic. It's not diluted or nothing. No artificial stuff has been added to it, which is good. Such products are rare and very expensive in the Western environment. Think of the UK. Think of the US. They are very hard to come by. So it will be worthwhile if we look into that space. Yeah, this is really, really interesting. So far you mentioned that it was initially raw produce, raw materials, or in its raw state.
And then for about a year and a half now, we've added coconut oil.
Okay.
And then we've added essential oils as well.
Okay.
And then shea butter, a lot of people don't like the smell. Okay, so to be able to take away that element, we've added a touch of fragrance. Now, the touch of fragrance doesn't take away the shea butter smell completely. We don't want you to think that you're holding a different product.
Yeah.
So shea butter smell is in there in a very subtle nature or manner. But for instance, there's one called Hint of Mint. So that's shea butter, coconut oil, and then peppermint essential oil. And the feedback from that one has been amazing. There's a friend of mine who was suffering insomnia. She could not sleep at night, and then I recommended it to her. She uses it after bathing, and she sleeps amazing. And she actually threatened me that if I ever stop the product, she'll kill me. If I decide to stop,
that's a strong one.
Alone, yesterday, coincidentally, I went to visit my grandmother, and she was saying that the purple is good for her hair. Okay, so the product is not. We're not trying to take away the health benefits of shea butter. Shea butter on its own is an amazing product. Coconut oil on its own is an amazing product. You have nutritional benefits in both coconut oil and shea butter. There's hair benefits with both products. You know that there are some companies that use shea butter and coconut oil for hair products. Shea butter and coconut oil is good for the skin. Mothers use shea butter and coconut oil for fresh babies and all of that. So we're not taking it away from you. Something like peppermint essential oil, apart from the fact that it helps, relieve scalp issues. Now you realize that most of the hair products that people use, when it has mint in it, shea, that's what people use for their scalp. So peppermint naturally has, a healing factor when it comes to the hair. Okay, and now people use peppermint in toothpaste. People use peppermint in deep heat. All these massage related things. But all these things are health. Peppermint serves as a fundamental product in there. So we've just put together powerful or helpful, beneficial materials, natural products to give you a product that gives you value. We've just beautified our packaging just to make sure that you get value for money. So that's basically what Shimmer does. We are looking at essentially getting FDA approval and then exporting. FDA approval is so essential. As a lawyer, I wouldn't want to be putting my product on shelves, standing up for the law and then, breaking it myself. So that is why I am on the road of, the FDA, making sure that the standards are right and all of that. And I think that will also put confidence in the customers, So I have some customers who say, Sena, you're not pushing, you're not marketing, but I'm saying also that, let's assume that the last 2 years have been like an experimental year.
Yeah.
That looking at whether it is a good thing to put on the shelves or not.
Yeah.
Then now when the government has given it blessing, plus testimony from customers, there's no stopping us. The sky will be a stepping stone.
So, in a nutshell, you are currently at the market fit stage of your go-to-market strategy.
Yeah.
You have your product. You are currently testing with the market to see what they want, to get their feedback, and then produce for them what they need from you, not just what you think is best for them.
Exactly.
And at this stage, one of your challenges as a young startup is, say, getting the right authorities to support your initiative, your venture, and then to give you that platform to be able to operate or, say, scale from your initial traction.
Well, basically that. I wouldn't even say that it's not being able to get the right, government agency to, support. But naturally, some of these things take time. I personally haven't even been forceful about it. From the feedback I've gotten from others, you need to be there. You have to do the legwork. And my employment doesn't give me the opportunity to actually do that in a very frequent. But as long as I am not, some of these skin eroding, skin problematic creams, they think will be subjected to a lot of stress. I mean, the FDA has nothing to benefit from, not approving my product. Do you get it? If they don't, they are not competitors.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe that they are trying to ensure that the right things are on the market. So I wouldn't also want to subscribe to what many people would want to use the back door and all of. I would want to go through the process, know exactly what is required. The next time it will be easy. We intend to Shimmer intends to go large. We're looking into going into doing hair products, hair shampoo from natural stuff. No artificial issue. Well, I really want to stay away from artificials that will harm, a person. Okay. For instance, if a child should put the product in their mouth, we shouldn't be in a place where we want to rush the child to the hospital. You see what I'm saying here? So it shouldn't be substances that, when consumed, will cause
serious damage.
Fatal issues. Exactly. So as much as possible, natural stuff. The only downside is that we would have to put preservatives in some of these things, like shampoos, leave-in conditioners. Definitely, as long as there's an element of water and oil. When water and oil mixes, they are not two compatible elements. So you would have to include, say, a preservative to ensure that both water and oil are preserved.
Okay.
So as for the government and what has to be done, inshallah, it will happen. I just need to make the time.
Okay, so from what you've mentioned, I'm just thinking out loud. We are building a community of mentors of the resources that startups need, advice, coaching, and also creating an environment where we have, well, let me say, enabling resources like volunteers coming in to support with some of these initiatives, and then learning in the process, becoming apprentice and going through that cycle of learning, and as to wherever their career path is, they either become startup owners themselves, they become co-owners, they become co-founders, or they end up in the admin field, at least learning the skill and then being able to impact and inspire others as well. Are you open to volunteers if others are willing to support you in your startup to help you achieve some of those areas where you are not physically able to invest in? For instance, the legwork that you've mentioned right now, if you get volunteers willing to jump in to support you, are you open to that?
Yeah, I mean, that's I mean, that cuts short the stress. So yeah, definitely, as long as the right thing is done, that should not be a problem.
Okay. All right. Nice one. Viewers, you heard our CEO of Shima and her current needs as a startup business or as a growing soon to be large exporter of shea butter products called Shima. So please, if you are interested in learning, if you're interested in supporting her initiative, either as a different startup, either as a funding agency, either as an individual volunteer, please reach out to Sena. Her details are in the description. Kindly contact her for distribution, for volunteer opportunities, for mentoring. If you are a mentor, if you are if you're an angel investor, if you invest in the resources that helps different startups to spring, to grow, to become companies that offer more to the society, please reach out to Sena. She's in need of your expertise, your resources, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe. One more thing, from everything that you've mentioned so far, Sena, I noticed that you seem not to have any problem, challenge at all with getting your raw materials. Is that the case?
Yes, I don't. I mean, these are not materials that I need to bring from the West. It's right here in Ghana.
Okay.
So you just have to get the right vendor, the right price. And I source the coconut oil from my hometown. That's in the Volta region. The essential oils, I get them from the industrial area. So the only thing that is imported is the jars. Okay, is imported. Yes. I have not found a Ghanaian company that does, those kind of jars. If I
Okay.
actually do find, I will want to use that instead. The only thing is that, you know, um, China has made it such that their items are cheaper, for us. I think that if there's any way of reducing the cost of production on the Ghanaian, that should be fine. Yeah, so generally, I don't have any issue with raw materials. It's just sometimes the importer of the jars may run out, and then I have to go on a pause with production for some time. But apart from that, as long as there's money, the people are willing to supply.
Okay. All right. Nice one. Yes. So I believe we've all heard from Sena. If you are watching this video and you are into beauty products, if you are a company, you are a manufacturing hub, and you need raw materials in their natural state, organic materials, Ghana has got lots and lots of rich materials that can be considered. So please do reach out to Sena if you need shea butter, if you need coconut products for your beauty products. So it has been an interesting conversation. We really appreciate Sena. Thank you so, so, so much. It's all about, yeah, this channel is all about inspiring others, giving them a reason to pursue their dreams and to keep walking, to keep making progress, and to also try and then reach out to as many as possible to help them. Thanks to COVID and the issues in the world already, there are lots who are already giving up. The mental health stats actually indicates this. And if you don't do something about it, if you don't try something in our own small way to help others out there, well, I guess we all know the outcome. So thank you for spending the time to encourage others and to give them a reason to believe and to keep pushing. Is there any advice you have for young women out there?
Well, don't stop. Your problem does not get better when you stop. If you're trying to fix something and you've been trying and it's not fixing, stopping will not fix the item any better. So as long as you're convicted that what you want to do is what you're supposed to do, then don't stop. if you look at what it is you're doing and go like, this is beautiful. I think when the first person who decided to say invent let's say air conditioning, this started it, the whole idea was like, no, this is not possible. You will not be able to create something that will control air and make it cooler. Okay, but here we are all over the world using air conditioning. So if you're convicted, if you are certain, don't stop. And for me, I'm a Christian. And like I said in the beginning, I live by the Holy Spirit. So whilst you are living by your conviction, being convicted by what you want to do, using your knowledge and all the understanding and all the wisdom, all the education you have amassed, subject it to the authority of God. So if you're a Muslim, for instance, subject it to the authority of Allah. If you're a Christian, read everything by the Holy Spirit. So as long as, and you will not want to say that I am doing this by God and then be finding alternative means. Our God is a jealous God. So if you are leaving it to God, if you are saying that, God, do this for me, don't be there still relying on your strength. Because if you have your strength, then why are you asking God to help? Yes, so that's the second one. And learn. The phones that were used some 20 years ago are not the phones we're using today. Some 20 years ago, we're not using WhatsApp. Some 20 years ago, there was no Facebook, but today that's the new world order. So don't limit yourself to this is what I know, so that's what I'll do. Then there's no point in people, seeking higher education. So don't limit yourself from learning. Learn from your friends. Learn especially from your competitors. I won't tell you that my idea just came up and it's been everything from my head. I've gone around, I've looked. Okay, I could incorporate a bit of this. All comes together to create your originality. There is nothing new under the sun. So learn. It's just like childbirth. You can't just give birth and then not want to listen to the counsel of those who have given birth before you. If your child is, burping, you won't give the child water because at a certain age, the children don't drink water. There's something to do. So at all times, you should learn. And motivate yourself. There's no brass band anywhere. There's no almighty. There's nobody anywhere to motivate you. Sometimes your mother or your father that you are hoping that will tap your back and say you can do it. They are looking for somebody to tell them they can do it. So nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you the motivation. Nobody owes you the encouragement. Nobody owes anything to you. You owe it to yourself and your generation unborn. Okay, so whilst you sit there feeling like the whole world has deserted you, that time that you're down and out, you've also deserted somebody. So keep going, keep moving, be like a tortoise, one step at a time. Eventually, the tortoise doesn't lose focus. Eventually, you get there as against the rabbit. The least thing, they're distracted. So one step, keep going at it. Just keep going at it. Little drops of water, one step at a time. You will definitely not be at the same place you were yesterday if you're moving. Definitely. Even if somebody made 1,000 steps and you made 100 steps, you still have moved. And finally, don't compare yourself to anybody. Our mothers tell us the fingers are not the same. If you want to compare yourself to somebody, you end up you don't know what they are doing to get where they are getting. So eat from your bowl, let someone else eat from their bowl. You don't know whether they are using legitimate or illegitimate means. If they're using legitimate means, be happy for them. Just be happy for people, but don't compare yourself to them. Hey, I wish I was like this guy. I wish I was like this girl. Whilst you are there wishing, the person is still working hard and moving. But you are there wishing with your hands in your thighs. So just keep at it. I think that's a lot more than I was asked to say.
Yeah. Yeah, very powerful, very resourceful, and thank you so much. So, viewers, you've heard it all from Sena. Sena, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I really appreciate. So, what we do is we'll try our best to touch base with you again, hopefully in the next quarter or the next 6 months, to see how this network that we are all building has impacted business, has influenced your lifestyle, your network, and if there are any updates you would wish for us to know, to also serve as some sort of inspiration for those within our network. So thank you once again.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you're welcome.
All right.
Are there any questions for me? It's been one way.
Well, that was the idea, so we'll leave it like that. When I also get a platform, I invite you and ask you the question.
That's a good one. Okay, all right, thank you once again.